Hey, Hesbos, welcome to Hesby Street. This is an exciting day for us because we're going to do a podcast. Not any different than normal, but it's just always exciting for me. I get to spend time with my good friend, Zack Chapaloni.
Keep going while I walk away.
Okay, cool. I got dates. I'll just talk about dates coming up. I'll be in San Diego the 18th. That's sold out. No big deal. Then I'll be headed up to the Pacific Northwest. Seattle, almost sold out. Portland, early show sold out. Late show added. Vancouver on the 25th.
You're like becoming a star before my eyes.
23rd to 25th. I'll be in Philadelphia April 16th. New York City the 17th and 18th. The 19th of April, I'll be headlining DC Comedy Loft. In Washington, D.C. May 2nd, Zack and I headlining Punchline in San Francisco. 5th and 6th, I'll be in Minneapolis. June 9th, Rochester, New York. June 15th, Sacramento Punchline. All those dates are at hesbystreetpod.com. Zack's got some stuff.
Dude, you got a full-blown tour.
We've talked about this, dude. It's
you
not
don't
a
like,
tour.
You don't like calling it a tour?
It's not a tour unless it's in succession.
You
There's
can't
a
come
weekend
home.
here, come home. Weekend there, come home.
Yeah.
I'd like to never go on tour, quite honestly.
Because
3
you
days
like coming
here,
home.
come home. I like Room too much.
Yeah.
You know me.
Dude, I love Room. That's why I'm not doing any shows. I'll be at the Laugh Factory on the 24th. Actually, this Friday, I'll be at the Comedy Store. And then 27th through 30th.
Of March.
Sorry. This Friday, I'm at the Comedy Store.
March what?
April 24th, I'm at the Laugh Factory. This
Got
Friday's March 17th.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yep. Luck of the Irish. What day I met my wife?
My wife.
The day I said, that girl is going to be my wife.
You know, thinking about Borat, have you noticed, like, well, we'll talk
try
about
not to.
We'll
because
talk
I
about
see
it
you
later.
once a week.
Patreon.com/Hesby Street bonus episode every Friday, which is the same day you could go see Zack at the Comedy Store.
You could listen in the day and then just pop in over at night.
What a day you could have.
Dude, it could be a magical day. Speaking of magical, let me play you this music, this song I've been working on.
I can't wait. Is it new?
Yeah, it's brand new.
Okay, cool.
This is my recital.
Hit it. I feel like I've heard that. I feel like I've heard that song before.
I wrote it from scratch last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure Coldplay didn't do that?
I mean, if they did, they saw me do it.
They have been known to steal some bits.
Have they?
No, I remember there was a court case for that one song, the If I Could Rule the World.
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
I think they won the court case, though.
Good.
Yeah.
That song is like oddly not there. Like oddly.
Well, it's like the guitar riff. It's like one riff people will sue people
Oh,
over.
right. It's probably like the violins being like dun dun dun.
Can't
dun,
do
dun,
that. Oh, you
dun,
used a
dun,
D major?
Yeah.
That's me, dude. I do D major.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe they're thieves. I have no idea how music
I'd just be
works.
the juror that's reading both music sheets. I'm like, no, those are different. Those are way different.
Well,
Chris Martin, I got you, dog.
Got you, dog. Let me get those tickets.
Yeah. Dude, let me hang out with you guys. Was that Game of Thrones thing you did fun?
Are you still friends with Gwyneth Paltrow, or?
They're just carrying me out. I'm like, I'm not biased. Oscar, speaking of celebrities, and Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know if she was there.
She's won an Oscar before. She's been in the Oscars.
She won it for what, 7?
Well, I know that I don't know if she won anything, but Shakespeare in Love is notoriously known as the worst Best Picture winner of all time.
Really?
And she was in that. So I think if you're in a Best Picture film as the major star, I consider that almost winning an Oscar.
Worst Best Picture of all time.
A lot of times people think that, yeah. It's not a very good movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've seen it. It's kind of like a fun movie.
Yeah.
For the time, but the fact that it won Best Picture is pretty wild.
Shakespeare was a fascinating guy.
Well, that's not Shakespeare though.
Who was in love?
Shakespeare was in love, but it's not. He didn't write that.
Right,
It's not
but
a
I mean as a
Shakespeare
character.
play. Oh, sure, absolutely.
It might have been one of his secret tapes, like his posthumous, like Tupac had a bunch of tracks.
But then also, we're not even sure Shakespeare's one dude. A lot of people think it's a bunch of dudes, or it could be a woman.
No.
Could be.
All those plays were so good.
Okay. Well.
No, I think Shakespeare. I read a thing about a guy. I think his name was like Edward de Vere, and he was nobility, but you feel like you couldn't do art. Then he was really good at, playwriting and writing shit.
I mean, Shakespeare's a pretty made up name. Shakespeare.
Well, Shakespeare apparently was like a peasant, so everyone was like, "How the fuck did this guy?" Like, it's a cool story, but like, you just wrote all those.
You knew how to read,
and you knew like the fables and like tales of history, like that you would have to be professionally like educated.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hugh Grant had the most cringeworthy interview. I don't know if you saw that.
Was he at the Oscars?
Yeah, he was there.
Huh, what'd he say? He's kind of known for being cringe.
He's very like British and just like curt.
Yeah.
So he gets pulled. Probably like his publicist is like, "Go do the red carpet interview," And it's just some young interviewer woman.
Oh no.
I don't know her. I mean, she might be more famous than I'm giving her credit. But she's like, Hugh Grant. And the thing is, he had every right to just be like, why am I here? And she had every right to be like, why are you being such a dick?
Right.
So she's like, she asked something along the lines of like, how fun is this? And he's like, it's very fun. Because you don't prepare because you don't know who's getting pulled.
Right.
So then she goes, you were in the movie Glass Onion. How excited are you what movies are you excited to see? And he's like, I mean, I was in the Glass Onion for like 1 minute. He's like, I don't know if I'd call that even in the movie.
And she's like, well, but were you in anything else?
I mean,
so at least I picked your movie for this year.
Totally.
Yeah,
right.
Good for her.
Yeah. So then she said, well, you must be cheering for some other people, or like, what's your favorite part about the Oscars? And he just goes, favorite part? It's all just a wonderful show of vanity. It's all Vanity Fair. And she goes, yes, everyone's counting down to the Vanity Fair after party. That's a big deal here. And he goes, because he meant the term Vanity Fair. And I saw it unfold. And I'm like, you dick.
Yeah.
And I went, I know you mean Vanity Fair, not the magazine.
Right.
And I go, and I am one definition lookup away from knowing what the fuck Vanity Fair means. And then I look up Vanity Fair. And it is a celebration that showcases frivolity and ostentation.
Vanity.
And I go, I am 2 more definitions away.
From knowing
what the fuck are you smug motherfucker.
That was a long burn to get there, but it was a good payoff.
It was, I think, probably like one of the main, like, I didn't watch the Oscars, but I think it was the main memeable or sort of viral moment.
I didn't watch the Oscars either. I watched
that, and Angela Bassett not smiling was like a huge point of contention.
Why didn't she smile?
She was just probably processing the fact that she didn't win an Oscar, and she came this close.
She lost
to what's her name? 3-name lady from Halloween.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. And everyone was just, it was a lot of people being like, why does she have to, like, why does this black woman have to behave a certain way as she's processing the news being read that she didn't, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But she has every right.
Is that a race thing? I feel like everybody that doesn't clap and smile kind of gets at least tweeted about or called out a little bit.
From what I saw, no one was drawing attention to this that I read. There was another woman, the one from Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, she's great.
She wasn't like, hell yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. She wasn't that way either. But it just seemed like everyone was like, Angela Bassett was classless.
Got it. So it is a racial thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like, the equivalent of people gave Cam Newton shit when he didn't want to talk in the post-game interview, but then Tom Brady did the same thing. They're like, the guy's a competitor. It's just a subtle racism.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't say it. I was genuinely curious. So.
No, totally. I felt the same way initially. I'm like, if I would jokingly, if I was ever, putting it out there,
you'd be real angry as a joke.
I would go, the fuck?
Walk away.
I'd go, how?
I'd go up there and check the.
I go, no.
Check the letter. And
show
be
it to all of us.
I guess it does say his name. Okay.
I guess it all comes down to some fucking idiot making a choice. The stage is yours.
I guess it's true. You really can't judge art.
Yeah. I go, man, these people in charge, huh? All right, well, congratulations, Forrest Whitaker.
Dude, we got to get to this email we got because it's so funny.
Okay.
We got this email from a hesbo.
An international.
I'm not going to say I would thank them, but I don't want to because we want to keep it a little anonymous.
Yeah, we should keep it somewhat anonymous.
Yeah, and but thank you for sending it. I just won't say your name. So yeah, read it.
Okay, I'll read it.
And it's pretty fun.
Hey, just discovered your guys' podcast and really love it, but it did cause me some unexpected trouble. I am a face-blind family doctor in a country we won't name.
Hold on, because I had to look up face blind after the fact,
Right.
and I feel like people face blind. You knew what it was.
I knew what face-blind
I
was.
didn't. I would never. I wasn't familiar. It means you can't remember faces.
Yeah.
So like,
Can't recognize them, I guess. Yeah.
right? What do you know how it works? Like, could I recognize your face? Like people that I'm really good friends with.
I
Like,
don't know.
Do you not know your kids' faces?
I think maybe not. Maybe there are varying degrees.
Yeah, sure.
Moderate to severe.
Wild. So yeah, you just can't put a face to a name.
Yeah. There was a movie about that where like a woman was attacked and like her guy could be anyone, but she suffers from face blindness.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it was called Face Blind. They just really dove right into
Very
the
creative.
disability.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a face blind family doctor in a country that we won't name, keeping it private, and have lately been binge listening to all the episodes. Nice to know that we have a doctor listening to us. Makes me feel
I know,
like
it's kind of-
profound.
It's kind of like she should think. Should she be listening to us?
Right. There are lives at stake here.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Last week I was listening to the pod while grocery shopping. In the vegetable department, I was waiting to weigh my, let's say, avocados.
Yes.
Keep it super anonymous.
Keep it anonymous because
I don't want to say what produce. The poor gentleman in front of me had some trouble getting his scanner to work, and while he was helplessly looking around to see if somebody could kindly give him a hand, I just giggled and bursted out laughing at one of your bits, which he unfortunately was not aware of. So when our eyes met, he obviously thought I was laughing about his struggle with the scanner, thinking I was the most horrible person making fun of a 70-year-old trying to keep up with the modern world. Like the meanest mean girl laugh ever.
Right.
I panicked, and in a haste, I left my vegetables in the aisle. But what was I about to say? Sorry, I was just listening to these two guys talking about Amish armpit sex. So that was that day. Giggling while explaining to my husband why we didn't have avocados. Surely a little embarrassed. But happy about that. I would probably never see that poor guy again. Fast forward a couple of days. I was at work meeting a new patient I've never seen before. He was...
How would she know?
Right. He was booked for prostate issues and impotence. So I'm trying to make some small talk saying, "Hi, my name is blank. We haven't met before. How can I help you?" When he answered with a frowning face, "No, we actually met the other day when you were laughing at me in the grocery department. That was very rude. And now you don't even have the courtesy to admit it and pretend that we've never met." What was I supposed to say? Sorry, I was just listening to these two guys talking about Amish armpit sex. Maybe try that for your impotence. Oh, and yes, I'm face blind, not rude.
Also, do try that for your impotence. Yeah,
Yeah.
listen to us. I think we might be able to cure it.
Amish armpit sex might cure it.
It
Could
could-
cure face blindness.
It could. Everyone should try a little Amish armpit sex and just let us know.
Until
This'll
you find the right
This will
armpit.
be our blind study.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be like an apparition. There's going to be like an armpit of Guadalupe that just fucking cures everyone's illnesses. Okay. So she said, "Thanks for being a part of ruining a budding patient-doctor relationship. It was worth it. I am thinking about joining your Patreon, but I'll first have to see if I get fired for insulting my patients." Go international fame.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that. I love that story. I
That's
hope.
so funny.
But also, it's so funny.
Face blindness, being confused for rudeness, is probably the most regular
She's got to have
occurrence.
so many stories like that.
What other disease? I guess Asperger's kind of people assume you're rude.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I mean, I've been very public about my severe flatulence
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
And
people
pooping
think
your
it's
pants.
rude, pooping my pants. It's not rude.
I don't know what you would call my extremely good looks. Is that a disability?
It's
Because it definitely
certainly-
makes me kind of rude to people.
I would say it holds you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, from contributing
Yeah.
as like as a classy member of society.
But also, what is she supposed to do when he walks in? Is she supposed to be like, "Hey, I'm sorry,
I have face blindness.
I have," well, the face blindness.
I think
I'm
she has
saying
to
the
do that.
laughing at her. Saying there was no face blindness.
Oh,
So
right.
he walks in and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I laughed at you. It's not because you're an idiot." Although, is
I
it really
mean-
that hard to weigh some avocados?
I would probably do like a. This is so embarrassing. I saw you the other
Not
day.
me. I wouldn't bring it up, and I would hope for the best.
no. And
Absolutely.
then that old guy just goes full Larry David.
It's also funny because I picture them having that discussion, and then moments later, her
She's like,
hand is inside of his butthole.
Well, that's what's funny. It's like he probably got so geared up and mad,
yeah.
and then she's like, "So how can I help you?"
So
And
can
he's
you
like,
bend over? Let me get in there.
He goes, "That impotence thing I made up. I fuck all the time." You know, you got to start like covering. your
Yeah,
fucking-
right. Yeah.
Nothing's wrong, just regular checkup. What does
Yeah.
that say? Yeah, that
What
chart's
is that?
wrong.
Oh, that's not. No, I'm here for. They said I had too much tea.
But you would have to like, you know how
Prostate's terrifying.
Uber
me, dude.
drivers have the
Rating?
like deaf thing right when you get in the car.
Oh,
deaf, I don't. You gotta if you're face blind, you gotta wear like a whiteboard on your chest or like around your neck that you just go like, I'm face blind.
I think she's doing it right. Just be a little rude to people. They'll
Yeah.
figure it. People in your life, they'll get to know you.
Face blindness must be kind of liberating.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to. You know. Do you know how many times I see people? And I'm like, are we saying hi? Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. You know.
Plus, it's like you get to see that beautiful person for the first time over and over again. What a
Yeah.
magical moment.
Yeah, but I don't.
Your
know.
husband that you love.
I don't know if it
your
works that
wife,
way.
You're just like, God, I love. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't work that way, but it'd be nice.
I go cross-eyed. How do I keep forgetting?
Yeah.
The love of my life is completely cross-eyed. Yeah, that's cool though. We got a doctor, man. We got a doctor. We have a college professor.
Oh yeah.
Well, had. I don't know.
We
what
had. I
happened.
think he left.
he
the
might
patron.
have died.
No.
We gotta think about that.
John, we miss you, dog.
We should do a Hesby in memoriam every time that the Oscars happens.
every time every patron that deletes their. We'll keep it for a year and then do it in memoriam.
A memoriam.
In memoriam.
Sound like you're about to
Try
drop
my
a track.
best, man.
And we'll play as we go on. We remember. I've been watching Shrinking.
Oh, is that
Speaking of
good?
doctors and patients.
That's with Harrison Ford and Jason Segel.
Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, a few other familiar
Nope, those are the only two.
faces. It's good. It's good. There's one guy who's just such a bad actor. I feel bad. He might be a hesbo for all I know.
That's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
Nepo baby, you think?
No, I think he just looks the part. You know,
What's the part?
It's Jason Segel's best friend, who's a gay estate attorney. Very bubbly, always right. I mean, it's sometimes as an actor, I'll read the script and be like, "This character's like, is it the writing or
Sometimes
is
it's the writing.
But to me, it doesn't feel like it's the writing.
It's the actor.
It does feel like it's
yeah.
the actor.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's also like
Oh, casting. You know, casting
casting,
might have
right?
been.
You're
Nothing
also-
would feel better than not getting a part and seeing the person doing the part, and you're like, swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's like that's who's better than me.
yeah,
Yeah.
What would you rather have? Someone that killed it or someone that?
Someone that killed it.
Yeah, so you could go like, damn, they.
Yeah, you always want to have someone motivate you to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, with stand up, it's like if someone gets it that sucks at comedy, that hurts more.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're like, all right.
Yeah.
Like if you have a Matt Rife taking your time, you're like, this sucks. He's just
His crowd work is magical.
get the fuck out of here. Dude.
His crowd. People hate on Matt Rife because he's hot. It's easy to hate on the hot.
Crowd work's not magical. It's fucking cookie cutter bullshit.
All right. Well, you got to pull your head. You can pull your eyes out.
No, I'm
Torio.
upset.
You can't cover your eyes.
My eyes hurt.
Well, I know, but a lot of things hurt for me, man. I have to rollerblade in an hour for an audition.
That's so good. I can see the rollerblades.
I'm dreading it.
What is the audition for?
And then I owe Toyota another $1,000.
Why? You got to stop going to the dealership, man.
Dog, I'm gonna go one more time, and I'm gonna go full John Q in there. with a fucking handgun.
Yeah.
And be like, give me my RAV4. My RAV4 needs a fucking bubble cap transplant.
Hugh?
That's when Denzel Washington's son's dying, but he like can't get the organ, so he just like goes full terrorist in the hospital.
It. And that came out in what year? 2005?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Time is such a blur to me.
Time is a blur, man.
You know?
Wait, so why are you rollerblading? What is this for?
It's for a fucking HGTV commercial for a fucking Barbie Dreamhouse
So
movie
you're
trailer.
like a dad rollerblading?
No, they said first description of the guy that I'm auditioning for, fit.
Oh, that's not going to work.
Thank you for at least not laughing like Elizabeth did. She just burst out laughing. Fit. And then she backpedaled and went, you could play for fit.
They got Spanx, right? They got a...
That's like, are you looking for like Barbie's
They got
Dreamhouse?
CGI.
Like actors? Because if so, like my agent and I had to have a face-to-face sit down and I'm going to have to be naked.
They're having a party, your agency. Did you see that?
I did see that. Did you get invited?
They got invited.
Go. No. Go Costanza. So for those of you that don't know, Torio had like an argument with my agent and then just was like, you know what? Yeah, goodbye. But I guess she didn't take you off the roster.
No, I'm still on the roster. She's just waiting for me to
get booked for something.
No, to do all the... it's whatever.
To work on acting.
To get like new headshots and all that stuff.
And you're like, nah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. This is an opportunity I got here, right?
Yeah,
it's nice to know where we're at.
I squandered the shit.
I mean,
out
you
of it.
haven't. It's just right. You are squandering. You are in the process of squandering.
Well, I mean, it's not yes, we could talk about it later. We can talk about it now. Which one do you prefer?
I don't know, man.
So you're going to rollerblade for HGTV Barbie, but how is it HGTV
You know
and
they
Barbie?
do the collabs for movie releases.
Uh-huh.
So
there's a Barbie movie?
There's a Barbie movie with what's her name? The famous Australian
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie
makes
plays
sense.
and who's
Ryan Reynolds.
No, the other
The
one.
other one, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
Ken?
Gosling
That
is
makes
Ken.
sense too.
And then you know who would probably be a perfect fit for the trailer that merges those two worlds?
Someone fit.
Old Zack Chapaloni, dude.
I hope you get it, man. I would love to see you rollerblade.
Of course you would. You want to see me humiliated on the silver screen.
Yeah, of course.
Or what's the TV screen called? LED screen?
Yeah, I don't know if it
Plasma.
plasma TV.
I love how they backed away from plasma. They were just like, too many people need
Plasma to live.
for us to just have HD TV.
Yeah, I don't know what plasma means.
I don't either.
Yeah. We've got to look that up.
I feel like scientists do a really good job of just kind of like smoke and mirrors. And I go, that's a big word. I'm turning back here. And they're like, thank God. That guy didn't take one more step towards us. He would have seen this fucking...
They're going to find out these TVs are just mice
this Wizard of
turning wheels.
Yeah, it's like you go into a lab and they go, this is where we're developing cures for new diseases. And it's just mice in cages and they're all in clipboards. And then you walk out and they all just look up and they're like, think you bought it. Honestly, this is like every alpha bro, like
Podcast.
COVID denying, there's no avoiding it.
Well, it's just we're dumb.
I need right.
But see, what we don't do that they do is they come up with like, you know what makes more sense?
Right.
Is that the airplanes don't go over the fucking Arctic, so the world's flat.
Uh-huh.
Whereas we're like, nah.
Nah.
It's probably nothing.
Yeah, right. But then we were also like, probably masks. But like, I'm willing to die on like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to be wrong for the sake of like peace, which some people see as cowardly.
Well, it's interesting because you're talking about COVID.
Yeah.
The mask. So like, I had that like COVID denier bit where I was like, I'm going to deny the next one, earthquakes, and so now people are commenting like,
should have denied the first one.
who was
homie.
wrong? You guys were wrong, and I'm like, were we wrong?
Yeah,
Like all the people that got vaxxed up, I'm like, they're like, vaccine didn't even work, and I'm like, I don't know. It feels like it worked. Did it not work?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Should we not be getting boosted? I'm double boosted. Should I stop boosting?
Absolutely stop boosting. You're boosted up like a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog veteran player.
Okay, so no more. No, I shouldn't go every week and get a new boost.
Are your hands not trembling every day a little bit from the
A little
Vex?
bit, yeah, a little bit.
So what I do
But
is
the-
I
so what I-
maximize that time. I just masturbate. It's the most effortless masturbation I've ever had.
But what is that?
My hands just like
So-
fucking.
All right. So when I go to Jamba Juice, and they
Doctors
ask,
listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
Nothing.
You go to Jamba Juice.
That's
Is
not
this your
that
current
funny.
reference?
That's not that funny.
You're clowning me for John Q. We're going Jamba Juice. So you just left
Oh,
Blockbuster?
Jamba Juice isn't still in the zeitgeist. They still exist. People know it.
People know it.
Anyways, it's time, dude. We got to end this on a banger.
All right, let's do it.
What do we got? I have no idea if I got to get a new phone, dude.
Why?
The podcast has been suffering.
Or it's just me.
What?
All the only video footage we have is me.
I know because my phone's just fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard.
Thank you for continuing to talk about it with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just reminds me that you're like right there at that step that you keep meaning to take for 3 weeks
It's
of getting
so
a phone.
hard for me to go to a Verizon store.
Why?
I hate it there, man.
Why? What do you hate about it?
Everything. Because it's always like, I'm still on the family plan, so it's kind of emasculating. They'll be like, oh, you're still on the family. And I'm like, yeah, it's cheaper. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You want me to pay $20 extra a month for seemingly no reason?
Yeah, right.
It's like, why would I do that? Just
Right.
and he'd be like, so we don't have to have this conversation. I'm like, it's almost worth it. You're right.
Right. But you're making it so everyone needs a family. Some of us
Yeah.
don't.
I don't want a
I
family.
don't need my
I just want the
family.
better rate.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. They should have a fucking
A lone guy
a
plan.
lone wolf plan.
Yeah.
Make it cool. Lone wolf.
Lone
plan.
wolf plan, yeah. But so a lot of times they're like, all right, you need to call your dad. And I'm like, no, I don't.
Right.
This shouldn't be a thing that has to happen.
Right. There's my ID.
There's the money.
Yeah.
There's my phone number.
Right.
Give me new phone.
Right.
Take money.
Right.
I leave.
Right. I'll
Stop
pay now
it.
for it.
Stop this.
Do you think my dad's gonna go like, "What's this? I hear we're upgrading without running it by the whole family first, young man." You know,
it's infuriating.
You know what I feel so bad about?
Yeah.
And I think it's the right choice. I'm gonna tell you what happened,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll hear your take. But I'm in the car with Elizabeth, and I go, "We got to record the podcast again because Torio's phone is not out of space." And she goes, "You know, you can get the cloud storage."
I have the cloud storage. I pay like $4 a month for this
And she
fucking
goes-
cloud storage.
She goes, "We got the family plan, and we can add Torio to the family." And I went, "No,
can't.
he
You
is
made the right call.
family planned out." This man has never been so in need of a lone wolf plan. She's like, "We can make up a lone wolf plan and just send him fake bills in the mail, just handwritten ones from Apple.
That would be nice. just hand and crayon.
That'll be
I
$2
just mail
a
you
month."
coins.
Yeah, the gigs are inconsistent. I'm coloring a green bar of like how much you're using. Letters are backwards.
You're like, this is nice.
And then I'm looking up Apple's like billing plan. I'm
I
like,
give it to my tax person at the end of the year. Like, so I did that, and they're like, "What? It's grand." Like, yeah, I'm on the lone wolf plan. You're not familiar.
I did such a good job that you're kind of like, I mean, they wouldn't include bundle packages at the end because I'm just looking at the screen like, all right, you can get a week of showtime with passcode 2XYVW. And I go, and get this. Go Fresh is doing, and I'm like, holy shit, there are some deals on this thing. I'm not sure if I want to share them. Honey's grown up. We're getting him off the family plan. I want Hulu.
Get the Disney Hulu bundle? How's he doing this?
I'm not giving that to him.
All right, man. Well, any final thoughts for the Hesbos?
Vote.
Oh, what are we voting for?
Oh, is there an election?
Gotta be, right?
Right?
Yeah, it's the spring 2023 elections. Those are big ones.
Yep.
So get out there, vote, stay in line. They can't, if you're in line and the polls close, stay in them.
Yep. And sing your heart out.
Dance like everyone's watching.
Dance like everyone in the room is face blind.